It's the Orioles on Masson, and welcome everybody for the final game of this long homestand. The Orioles a chance to even up this series against the Twins. This is game 4, with the Twins having won 2 of the first 3. Another sweltering day here in Baltimore. Temperatures will be near 100. Do we care? Absolutely not. It is snowing inside the swelter shelter of Coca-Cola. Thus, we have brought appropriate clothing for today's game. And I must say, you do look extremely New Englandy.
Well, thank you very little. And it's been an interesting homestand, to say the least. The weather outside is frightful, but in here it's pretty delightful.
It certainly is. All right, let's talk about the Orioles for a minute. With a long homestand, the fans have had a chance to see everybody in the starting rotation a couple of times. It has not gone that well.
It has not gone very well at all. Only Jeremy Guthrie has a win among the starters. We've seen Tillman. We've seen Millwood come back off the disabled list. Tillman's out. The rotation has not been established, and certainly Mattis and Bergeson and the rest have struggled. Hopefully, maybe going on the road, they'll get better.
Jake Arrieta right now may be the most consistent starter in the rotation.
Yeah, I think back to his start in Texas, ending up that long road trip, and now he has a chance on this end of a long homestand to end on a good note.
And for the Orioles, Mike, talking to Juan Samuel yesterday about trying to keep player interest for the rest of the year, talk a bit about how hard that is for the players when you know there's not going to be a postseason.
Yeah, it is. Really, the dog days are here and upon us, and it is really hard when you're not in the race to stay focused, to really function as a team, especially going into the trade deadline.
So perhaps we should bring them here to the swelter shelter. They would feel much better.
Yeah, we can cool off a lot of people in here.
As it continues to snow, we got our choral group behind us here. They'll be performing daily. All right, let's go. Let it snow, let it snow. 1 and a 2, and let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. You make Lawrence Welk proud, and also us. All right, we'll be back. Less clothing and a ball game coming up. Grab your bag. It's on. And the heat is on again today. Summer Sunday here in Baltimore. Let's take a look at our train game time temperature as it continues to hover for a high each day around 100 degrees. 95 at game time for this Sunday game. Visit trainsearch.com to locate an independent train dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. The Orioles have a chance to even up the season series as well as this one with the Minnesota Twins. The last 3 years, that's pretty much the way it's been. They have split the games played. Run differential has gone to the Twins. Team average to them as well. Runners in scoring position. The home runs, though, have been for the Orioles. That's one of the ways the Orioles have been able to pick up their 9 wins against Minnesota, and an ERA, as you would expect, better for the Twins. But the O's have had the big games, and actually this year, a couple of real good pitching outings in Minnesota when the Orioles split the series out there. So we'll see if the O's can do it here today. If so, it'll continue this even string through 4 years. And a few clouds drifting on by here as we get set for this one. Let's take a look at the starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines for the Twins. Repko, Casilla, and Young, Thome, Kadire, and Kubel, Valencia, Punto, and Butera. As Ron Gardner has juggled it for all 4 games. Delman Young, though, staying in there because don't touch him or you'll get burned severely.
And today's scouting report is brought to you by PNC for the achiever in us all. And for Jake Arrieta, work on the Ks. In his outings, he has walked 24 and only struck out 21, so would like to improve on that this afternoon. And hide the young. That refers to Delman Young, who has been on fire. Maybe the only person on the planet hotter than Luke Scott, or at least as hot. He's 7 for 11 with 6 RBIs in the series. And Mike makes right. In a lineup that has been adjusted by the Twins, Arrieta holding right-handed hitters to a 192 average, and there'll be 7 righties in this Twins lineup this afternoon.
Yeah, that's interesting. Don't really know why Ron Gardenhire made the decision not to have more of the lefties in the lineup since Arrieta's done so well against them. Obviously, a lot of that has to do with his plan on how guys get days off.
Yeah, what I heard today was really that Bernard Span was done so well in the series, came in ill after the game last night against Mauer. He feels has worn down, and they're going, I think, to Kansas City where they think it's going to be hot. So 2 prominent left-handed hitters out of that lineup this afternoon.
Matt Wieters, of course, is back in behind the plate for the battery mate for Arrieta in this ball game. There's Matt coming off the DL today with Tatum being sent down. Tough for Craig because he'd done such a great job, but it'll give him the chance to continue to play. Arrieta's ready to go. Repko stands in, and Jason Repko will take it. It is inside for a ball, and we are underway. Long homestand for the Orioles, 2 wins and 7 losses, 3-4 against the Twins on the season. Repko fouls that one back at a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Repko playing in only his 9th game. He's only had 16 at-bats, as with some injuries on the roster. Repko was called up from AAA on the 24th. He's hitting .281 in Rochester. And he rips that one to left field. Patterson back and makes a nice catch. Corey Patterson on a screaming yellow Mimi right there.
Yeah, nice job by Corey Patterson. This was a very tough play right over his head. You see, gets to that right side, backhands it right in stride. Nice play to start it off. Take a look at the Orioles defense this afternoon. Patterson, who just made that play, will be out left. PA will play center field today. Adam Jones out of the lineup. Markakis will be in right. Tejada, Isturiz, Lugo at second base this afternoon. Also another adjustment. Luke Scott will play first base today. And another adjustment, Matt Wieters back on the active duty roster.
PA getting his first start in center field this year. Here's Casilla as Hudson remains out with the oblique strain. They will make the decision today on whether or not Hudson's going to go DL-wise. They wanted to give him a couple of days to see if it might have been just a cramp rather than a strain of the oblique. That's going to be a base hit. Casilla, he's got a 4-game hit streak now. That's 3 hits and 6 at-bats in this series, and probably would not have had many of them had it not been for the injury.
Yep, absolutely. Has not had a lot of playing time. You saw him earlier in the year. Did a nice job against the Orioles, and again against a defense that was playing about as shallow as I may have ever seen. Still finds a hole.
Now here's the red hot Delman Young. He is having the best month of July of anyone in the American League right now offensively. 4-game hit streak, and as Mike said, he's 7 for 11 in this series. Puts that one in the air to left center field. PA back, warning track, and makes the catch. Arrieta giving his outfield a chance to find out just where the wall is.
About 650 feet worth of outs so far. Again, we talked about this club scores a lot of first inning runs, 73 most in baseball. PA, pretty good jump in center.
Arrieta's been almost 50-50 in fly ball, ground balls this year in his starts. very little difference, a matter of just a couple of outs, actually. Got a runner at first base, Casilla. Here's Jim Thome. Thome is the designated hitter again and almost bounces away. Nice play by Luke Scott over there to prevent that runner from being able to move up. There's Thome's numbers with 11 home runs, 30 RBIs. He's gone 1 for 4 in this particular series, playing in 2 of the games. Pitch is taken inside. And for Arrieta, this is a danger spot, not just because it's Thome, but with that .319 batting average the lefties have against him.
Yeah, outstanding numbers. And again, Thome, I'm sure one of those players that Arrieta remembers growing up.
1-0 delivery on the way to him outside corner.
It's always a little bit of an adjustment, when you're playing against some of your contemporaries or a younger player, but someone of Jim Thome's stature is something that you always remember. And again, this is Arrieta's first start ever against his Twins organization.
Arrieta keeping an eye on Casilla at first base. Here's the 1-1 to Thome, and it is a strike called. It did not go around. That's a called high strike, 1-2. Paul Emmel's got the plate, so everybody trying to align the strike zone early, so they'll know for the rest of the ball game. See the shift put on Thome, big time. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Arrieta's delivery to him. That will be taken inside for a ball. Jake Arrieta this season, first inning wise, 3 runs on 4 hits in the 8 starts that he's made. So first innings for him have not been a particular problem. He's been able to get through them virtually unscathed. Thome with a 2 ball, 2 strike count in the throw over.
Maybe it's one of those things that Jake Arrieta needs to talk to the more veteran, experienced players, and what he does getting ready for that first inning. It seems like a number of the Orioles, that is their most dangerous inning.
See not a big lead over there at first. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Thome will take it inside. Jim Thome among the active players. He's 3rd in RBI, 5th in runs scored, 3rd in extra base hits, 3rd in walks, 3rd in total bases rather, 1st in walks. That's among active players. He has put up just unbelievable numbers. 10th all time in homers. Runner goes and he walked him. So Jim Thome will draw the walk, and the runners at first and second now with 2 down for Cuddyer. Arrieta surrendered 25 walks in 45 innings. Rick Kranitz hoping this starter can give the Orioles a good deep effort into this ball game and help conclude this homestand with their 3rd win. Cuddyer 2 on, 2 down, 9-game hit streak for Cuddyer. Goes after the first pitch and fouls it away. He too has had a very good month of July, hitting .333 with 3 home runs this month.
A number of these Twins players having a big time July, even as a club. One of the league leaders in all of baseball since the All-Star break.
They've had hot bats and pretty good pitching since the All-Star break. Cuddyer, 0-1 delivery, fouled off. They picked up a game and a spot in the victory they got against the Orioles last night. They are now 2 games behind in the Central Division. We'll talk a bit about that as we go along, but they moved ahead of the Detroit Tigers by a half a game and are 2 behind Chicago. And the Tigers are having to regroup. 2 serious injuries yesterday. 0-2 delivery. Thought about going after it and held off it.
That pretty good breaking ball. Michael Cuddyer just laying off this 0-2 pitch from Jake Arrieta. A real teasing type of breaking ball. Drags it through the strike zone.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Casilla, Thome, the base runners. Cuddyer goes towards that hole where they weren't playing him. Good play. Lugo up and gets the out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 are left on base. We'll take a look at the O's lineup when we come back to Camden Yards. defense to get by the first inning. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the O's, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Patterson, Tejada, Markakis, Scott, Wigginton, and PA. Wieters, Lugo, and Turris. Matt Wieters' first game since he went out with a hamstring injury on the 9th of July.
Yeah, today's scouting report is brought to you by PNC. Kevin Slowey, talk about his sixth sense. When he goes 6 innings, they are 27-4, and also quality, not quantity. They are 24-1 when he has a quality start. Pretty impressive numbers that when he pitches 6 innings, 3 runs or less, they win. And he has been well supported, among the best run support in all of baseball, which helps.
6.29 runs per start for him. That'll help with that 8-5 mark.
Absolutely.
1 ball, 1 strike count. Corey Patterson in the leadoff spot. He's only had a couple of at-bats in this series and gone 0 for 2. Slowey, 26-year-old right-hander, gets it in. That to the gap, left center field, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. Patterson will get second easily and goes in with a leadoff double.
Yeah, wasting no time. 14th double of the year for Patterson. Low and away fastball. Pretty good pitch from Slowey. Patterson goes right with it. Doesn't roll over. Easy stand-up double.
The Orioles are 13 out of the 14 teams in doubles. Only Seattle has fewer. But they get one here to lead off the ball game, and here's Tejada. RBI chance right away. Little light rain falling. We probably will get some of that today, as it's been amazing this week with the temperatures nearing 100 and the humidity way up. There hasn't been one thunderstorm.
Usually they build, especially in the Baltimore area, these hot and muggy afternoons.
Tejada 3 for 12 in this series. A ground ball will move the runner up. Played by Nick Pinto, who's playing short.
Let's look at this outstanding defense that the Minnesota Twins have. Delman Young, who had an assist last night, an outfield that has 23 on the year. Repko will play center field today. Jason Kubel play right. Valencia had a nice game last night. Punto will play shortstop. Casilla will play second base for Orlando Hudson, who's been out. Michael Kadar will play first. And Butera, Sal Butera's son, will be behind home plate. Outstanding defensive catcher. Again, this is the defense that has, in 70 of their games, they have not committed an error.
That is a very big part, obviously, of how they win. Runner at third base. Here is Nick Markakis. Nick's going to take it into right field, and a line drive caught. Kubel coming home to score. Patterson, sac fly, Markakis, and a 1-0 O's lead.
Quick manufactured run.
1-0 lead. That's set up by Miguel Tejada, moving the runner over. Talk about productive outs. Here are the American League leaders this season by team. Texas, Yankees, KC, and Tampa Bay, the most productive outs. Minnesota's ranked 9th, and the Orioles are ranked 10th. Minnesota was number 1 last year with 293 productive outs. That's moving the runner up in some fashion into scoring position. Luke Scott will take it outside. That's what happened here, and that's how you get a run.
Well done to get both sides swinging the bat well coming out in the first.
9-game hit streak. And Luke Scott will take that one away. It has been obviously a month to be remembered for Scott, and not done yet. Hitting .458, 4 home runs in the month of July. And he's 2 for 4 off Kevin Slowey. 2-0 delivery. That'll be foul back, 2-1.
Last night, Luke Scott counting for, well, robbed in the first early on against centers one. Just got a little bit underneath. It's been enough time to get back. And this one, taking no chances. Is it on the right center field stands. Counting for all the Oriole offense last night.
2-ball, 1-strike delivery to him, and a big cut on a fastball.
Didn't look like he was going for an opposite field single.
No. The scouts are trying to follow him around as they've attended all 4 games here in some pretty good numbers. They have set themselves up in the bleachers in right center field. trying to figure out where Luke Scott will hit his next home run so they can collect the baseball. They're out there en masse. Here's the 2-2 delivery to Scott. That'll be taken down low. We've tried to figure out what badges they win over the last 4 games for being here. Perhaps if you collect the home run ball at a game, there's a badge for that. There are a lot of them out there watching the game in the bleachers.
Well, we know there's a lot of scouts in town with the trade deadline looming. Not those kind of scouts.
3-2 delivery, and that will be a walk. It is the centennial celebration for the National Scout Jamboree, which is in town. That's why we've had so many of the scouts on hand for the game. So we hope they've had and do have a great time. And congratulations to them. I was a Cub, but that is as far as I got.
I was an Oriole for a lot of years.
Here's Ty Wigginton. Luke Scott on at first base. Wigginton, the DH, in the ball game with Luke Scott starting at first. Wiggy has a 2 for 9 in this series. July has not been kind to him. A .210 average, a couple of home runs this month. A 1 ball, 1 strikeout. As we get closer to the trade deadline next Saturday, much discussion this coming week, and Wiggy's name will certainly be bandied about as it has been for the month of July.
Yeah, and certainly as you see the injuries mount as we head towards the stretch run, it really does change daily your needs if you're a team that believes it has a chance.
2-1 delivery on the way by Slowey, and a towering fly ball to left center field near the warning track. Repko is there to haul it in. So the Orioles get a run as Nick Markakis gets the RBI, and they go up 1-0.
He comes off the 15-day disabled list after having suffered a strained right hamstring. Matt tells me he feels at 100%. In fact, feels like he could have played earlier this week, though the team already has planned rest for Matt, who will take a day off Wednesday in Toronto, next Sunday in Kansas City. And as of now, Jake Fox is the backup catcher. Craig Tatum has been optioned back to Norfolk. Back upstairs now to Gary and Mike.
All right, and certainly, Mark, we'll see a lot of Wieters behind the plate for the remainder of this season, and Jake Fox coming off the bench to catch and play other positions as well. Here's Jason Kubel. Kubel's had a 1 for 10 in the series. Valencia and then Punto to follow for the Twins in the second inning. Jason Kubel towards left center. That's going to fall in for a base hit. So the second hit, third base runner for the Twins in the game. This one will lead off single. Ledger's coming up. Young man has enjoyed Camden Yards.
That he has. He's had an outstanding series, 3 for 6. Had a couple of fine defensive plays. Jumped on some fastballs early in last night's game. And very aggressive with the bat. .329 average, as you can see.
Valencia, another one of the players getting some opportunities here with injuries. Only his 27th game. Runner on at first base and nobody out, and Valencia playing at third base in this ball game will take that one.
Yeah, we were told you that Valencia last year not called up in the month of September really sort of lit a fire under him. And this year came in newly focused and just figured it just wasn't going to happen. Needed to make it happen, and he's done that.
Not a power bat, but pretty good for average if what he's done in the minors holds up. He came up on the 3rd of June, hitting .292. 15 doubles, 24 RBIs in 47 games for the Rochester Red Wings. Arrieta with a 1-ball, 1-strike count on him. Valencia will ground that one to short. Here's Torres to Lugo. This time.
I guess if there's one sort of flaw to this Minnesota Twin offense is they hit into the most double plays, grounding into double plays, right around 110. Easy 4 or 5 hopper, quick feed to Lugo.
That'll take care of some innings for you.
Sure, Stewart has to look up and every day and look over and see who's at second base. Who's over there today? Is it Wigington? Is it Scott Moore, who was there for a while?
He's got a lot of partners out there. Keystone combination. Here's Nick Punto. Punto playing at short today. 1 for 7 in this series. He's hitting .242. 8 doubles, a home run, 19 RBIs for him. Punto's only had 5 hits in the games played against the Orioles this year. 7 previous. 5 for 19. Talking about the Detroit injuries and how they're going to have to regroup. Maglio Ordonez yesterday fractured his right ankle. He's gone for virtually the rest of the regular season. And second baseman Carlos Guillen, he went out with suffered a right calf strain. They're not sure yet how serious. But Jimmy Leland said after the ball game, I got to go upstairs, talk to Dave Dombrowski, because we got to redo this thing. That's tough when you're in a fight for the division title. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Here's the delivery by Arrieta. And as we mentioned before, it sure looks like the wild card will come out of the East, either Tampa Bay, Boston, or New York. Minnesota's already 7 games out of the wild card with those other 2 teams ahead of them. That's a lot of ground to make up. And the Tigers even more so. So in these other divisions, Central and West, you want to go postseason, you're going to have to win the division. So the White Sox, Detroit, and the Twins battling in the Central. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Punto. Base is empty. 1-0 lead for the Orioles. Jake Arrieta with a 2-2 delivery. That'll be fisted the other way. Arrieta, of course, another one of the young pitchers. He is 24, but only 60 games at the minor league level, where he went 23-18. And now at the age of 24, learning the craft here. He's gone 1-1 in this ballpark with a 6.65 ERA. 2-2 delivery on the way, and again fought off. Here at Camden Yards, Arrieta in his 4th start of his career. He's 1-1. And looks to make it 2 here today and get his first win ever against the Twins.
Yeah, home and away record on the year. 1-1 with a 6.65 at home. And 2-1 with a 3.18 away from Camden Yards.
2-2 delivery will be taken inside. 3-2. Arrieta's had to throw 8 already to Nick Punto in this at bat. He battles, as he's done throughout this series. He's probably hit more foul balls than anybody else in the series. Here's the 3-2 delivery on the way. Add another one to it. Switch hitter, 286 right-handed and 221 left-handed. Jake Arrieta trying to find the one that's going to get him out of there. He has struck out 46 times with 24 walks on the year. And both will regroup as Arrieta step back.
Not sure in the signs. They want to try to finish up. Pinto's had a quiet series with the bat.
And he gets the walk. There's a good at bat to extend the inning and the pitch count. Second walk by Arrieta in the ballgame.
Keeping it down over the plate, but just a little bit low.
Arrieta's walked as many as 4 in a game this year. He has done that 3 times, including his last outing against Tampa Bay. Coming off a non-decision 5 1/3 inning performance with the 5 runs on 4 hits against the Rays. Nick Pinto on at first base. There are 2 down. 6 out of 7 stolen base wise, so he is a threat to go. Butera is batting in the number 9 spot, doing the catching. 1 for 4, his second start in this series. That one in the air to left field and back near the wall again. It's hauled in by Corey Patterson. Butera retired, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left with the Orioles on top, 1-0. Airlines. Go to Southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. And by Green Turtle Sports Bar and Grill. Bring your Green Turtle receipt to the Orioles box office for a buy one, get one free ticket offer for any non-prime game. Gary Thorne, Mike Flanagan. WJZ's Mark Viviano with you on this Sunday. As the Orioles have taken the early 1-0 lead, P.A., Wieters, and Lugo are due up against Kevin Slowey here in the second. P.A. gets his first start in center field in this game with Adam Jones getting the day off. P.A. has had just 1 hit in 11 at-bats in this series. This 4-game set against Minnesota. And the pitch is down low and a 2-0 count.
Yeah, Slowey 8-5 on the year. Kind of an interesting story. You go back to last year. He was 10-3. Among the leaders in all of baseball with those 10 wins, and he was hit by a line drive on the wrist. Look at the Twins rotation this year. Slowey 8-5. They thought he'd be at the top of that list in wins, but he got hit by a line drive and had to have surgery. It really didn't sort of bother him for a while, and they said even turning a doorknob became painful. Ended up with 2 screws. This is in his throwing hand.
And right at the second baseman, Casilla. 1 away, and Matt Wieters will get his first at bat since July 9.
Hey, go back to Arlington, Texas, July 9th. Rounding second base, you could just see it having to pull up and was barely able to get over to third base.
Didn't look good, and it wasn't.
And he knew it right away.
The right hamstring. He has been around the ball club, working, getting back into shape again.
Yeah, we watched him on a daily basis in the afternoon doing all the footwork drills a catcher has to do.
Matt up with the bases empty, 1 down, 1-1. 245 overall, 215 right-handed, 258 left. 4 of his 6 home runs from the left side of the plate. 1-1 delivery to him. Turned over on that one to Casilla. And there are 2 down. Today's Maryland Lottery Hit It Here fan of the day is Dana Becker from Baltimore. If an Orioles player hits the Hit It Here sign located in the bullpen area, Dana, you get $100 grand. To find out more about how you can become the fan of the game, visit mdlottery.com/hitithere. Good luck, Dana. Julio Lugo has not had an at-bat in this series. 1-0 count to him. 264 on the season for Lugo. And he'll watch that one from Slowey and get ahead on the count 2-0. We saw our open. We went to the Coca-Cola Igloo, as we call it, as the swelter shelter. I suggested we do the game from there by watching a monitor, but did not get a great response to that. That is fouled off. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Slowey's given up 16 home runs, 13 by right-handers. Here's the 2-1 delivery. And he'll stay away from one that's going to miss. 3-ball, 1-strike count.
He's another one of those Twins pitchers that have outstanding strikeout to walk ratios, but he has just been off, they said, in his command to right-handers.
That one to short. Nick Punto. And got it. So a 1-2-3 inning. Kept it in the infield. And we've completed 2 here at Camden Yards with the Orioles on top 1-0. Second half of the season, American League. The Jays on top right now, followed by the Twins and the Orioles. Then the A's, Rangers, and Yankees. Our Luna doubles board looking at the second half of the year, which we are now well into on this July 25. Here is Jason Repko at the top of the order. He fly ball out, first time up. Fine catch, robbed an extra base hit by Corey Patterson, who is out in left field. Repko this year 1 for 6 against the Orioles. Shows bunt, fouls it straight back. He had Tejada well back at third base, but did not get the bunt down, and a 2-strike count.
Yes, so Tejada will move back a couple extra steps. Yeah, Repko, interesting evening last night. Started off, struck out his first 3 plate appearances. And chipped in a double and an RBI. And became part of that offense.
Yep. Oh, wow. Not real happy about that either. the pitcher or the hitter.
Now you can see Arrieta's reaction. The ball just takes off, runs up and in. And that looks like pretty close, right off that shoulder.
Yeah, that's what upset Repko. So the second batter this season hit by a pitch by Arrieta. Repko gets on, and the leadoff man on now, 2 out of 3 innings. Here's Casilla singled. Tried to drag a bunt and missed it. The foul tipped it, says home plate umpire Paul Emmel, for a strike. Tejada charging.
Yeah, type of play. When you're watching from up here in the booth, you see all the infielders move as soon as he shows that hand moving up the bat. Lugo breaking for first, his Torres for second, Tejada charging.
0-1, not showing bunt. Might think this Minnesota team would have a surplus of sacrifices. They do not. They have 24 themselves. They've given up. Opposing teams have 23. And the Orioles have 19 sacrifices, so it's not in any way an inordinate number of sacrifices by a team that generally plays to manufacture runs. 0-2 count. Repko on at first base, not going. Pitch up high. I guess they Twins substitute the running game for the bunting game.
Yeah, they don't give up outs. The outs they try not to give up is try not to strike out, put it in play, take walks. And bunch hits together. They don't really do it by the long ball. We talked about it last night. I think both teams just about dead even. The low 80s in homers, but the Twins with 100 more runs.
Yep. The Orioles come in next to last in runs, with Seattle having the fewest. This Minnesota team, they are 5th in runs with the 3rd best batting average.
And that's where this club has dropped off.
Joe Mauer not playing in the ball game today, getting another day off as they try and rest him a bit for the stretch drive. As we said, Mauer's not 100%. He's got a shoulder that's bothered him, and they're trying to play through, if you will, the rest of this season. And then I would think he's going to have that looked at medically.
Yeah, it's one of the things about being a major league catcher. We talk about it every night. Foul tips, see him all over. Take Greg Tatum.
Down to first base, foul ball.
And just a tip off the back of the hand. Really is amazing to me, the catchers that can hit and certainly win batting titles like Joe Mauer can.
And the inevitable question of when do you move him to first base?
Especially when you're, 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah. And you may have the highest batting average in baseball history for a catcher when it's all said and done.
Well, you may have 2 of the larger catchers in all of baseball on the field today.
Yeah. 2-2 delivery on the way. That's going to miss up high. Arrieta goes 3 balls and 2 strikes. With a runner on at first base, nobody out, 3rd inning. Orioles have the early lead in the ball game. Arrieta is up to 42 on the pitch count with nobody out in the 3rd. Repko has made no signs to go. We'll see if they send him. They do. 3-2 right into the hole. Perfect hit and run. Repko will make the turn. He'll get the 3rd. Casilla's 2 for 2 in the ball game. 1st and 3rd covered. Nobody out. And this is not the man you want at the plate in this situation.
They don't want to be forced into this. Last night, an outstanding night for Delman Young. Also adding the sacrifice fly. So 4 for 4. Big time series. 7 for 11. 6 RBIs in the series. And over the last couple of weeks, we've seen some of the hottest hitters in baseball. Josh Hamilton down in Texas. Miguel Cabrera in Detroit. And now Delman Young.
RBI leaders. He's moving up. Cabrera's on top.
This is what this Twins offense tries to do, back you into a corner.
Nobody out, and the pitch will be outside. Delman Young leads the world with runners in scoring position at 426. He is the only hitter above 400 in that department. 1-0 count. Runners in 1st and 3rd. Repko the lead runner. Casilla over there at first base. Fouled away. Of all the people to lead with runners in scoring position, I'm not sure you would have picked Johnny Gomes in the National League to be there. He is. He's hitting .392 for Cincinnati. I mean, Cincinnati, by the time they get done this year, especially if they win the division, they are going to have a billion stories to come out of their year. Unexpected success stories. 1 ball, 1 strike count, Young. And that's going to be caught. Throw to first will not be in time. But there's a very big out as Lugo took the soft line drive.
That's a very tough read for the base runners for the Twins. Not sure if this ball's going to get over the head of Julio Lugo. Playing up the middle, playing for the ground ball double play.
Now Jim Thome, as the sun comes back out again, and that brief sprinkle we had has passed by. Thome, 224 with runners in scoring position. The DH walked his first time up. Arrieta. This is down low. Weeder's able to block it and keeps it out in front.
Now the Orioles will play the shift on the infield, but they are dead straight up in the outfield.
And deep. Thome moving up on the home run list. Mark McGuire's next. Thome's got 575. McGuire's got 583. 1-0 count. Jim Thome, good off-speed pitch by Arrieta. You see the all-time home run list with Bonds, Aaron, Ruth, Mays, A-Rod. May end up at the top of that list before he's done. Jim Thome at 575. The all-time leaders. A-Rod has not had a home run today, nor the last 2 days, as he tries to reach that magic number against the Kansas City team that he's had a lot of success against. He had his first home run ever against Kansas City. He had his 500th against Kansas City, and now he's trying to get his 600th against Kansas City.
I'm sure he doesn't want them to leave town.
No. Jim Thome. This misses inside. 3 ball, 1 strike count on Thome. Arrieta got close, but not quite.
Yeah, a little flinch by home plate umpire Paul Emmel. It's been a story of Jim Thome's career. Very patient at the plate. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of walks, and a lot of homers.
3 ball, 1 strike count. Runners at first and third and 1 down. Orioles have the 1-0 lead. And it almost worked. Casilla took a couple of steps towards second base on that fake to third, look to first.
It can be effective. It certainly is worth a try, as most runners at first, as soon as that right-handed pitcher flinches, you take off. Right there, he made it look just like his normal delivery to the plate, and almost bit.
Thome off his foot or knee or leg will wander a bit as the count goes to 3-2.
And that power swing by Jim Thome, right down off that ankle instep area.
Ouch. This has been a tough weekend. We talked about the injuries, the Tigers, the Giants last night. Eugenio Velez was sitting on the bench, and a foul ball caught him in the side of the head, and he suffered a concussion. Had just recently been called up by the Giants. Now he's headed to the DL apparently. They're going to wait a day to see the results. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Runners off first and third, still here with 1 down. Runner at first going and walking. So 2 walks in the game for Thome, and that's going to load the bases. Third walk of the ball game by Arrieta.
That really hasn't been in command at any point. 52 pitches already thrown, just about half your allotment to get here to 1 out in the 3rd inning.
Repko hit by a pitch, Casilla a single, Thome a walk are the 3 runners on. And here's Kadire, grounded out his first time up. First pitch, 1, and that will be it as his Torres hauls it in.
Well, Arrieta keeps dodging the big bullets. A couple of hard hit balls in the 1st inning. Nice play by Patterson in left. Double play in the 2nd. A couple of well-struck attempts this inning.
Bear in mind, he's doing this against the team that's got that enormous .290 batting average with runners in scoring position, the best in the majors. Jason Kubel a single. His first time up. Arrieta a chance to get out of this. 2 down, bases remain loaded. Kubel has gone 4 for 14 this year with the sacks full and has 1 grand slam this season. These are the moments upon which games turn. 1-0 delivery hit in the air to right field. That is way back. Look out, scouts. Goodbye home run. A grand slam for Jason Kubel and a 4-0 lead. 4-1 lead, rather.
It really seems like the fuse had been lit this whole game, and for sure this inning looks like a straight changeup from Arrieta. Belt high down the middle, right on time for Jason Kubel. He was able to work his way through Tomey and Delman Young, couple of hot hitters, but he's had his problems against left-handed hitters all year, up over 320.
So Kubel gets his 12th home run, now has 55 RBIs, and a 4-1 lead for the Twins. That shot up the middle is off the bat of Valencia. He continues hot. Hit, batter, and a walk contributing to this inning. Both of them have scored, and that will bring Rick Kranitz out in a hurry to try and settle down Jake Arrieta.
There really has not been many balls that have been mishit, and that is due to the poor counts that Jake Arrieta has pitched in really from the start of this game. He needs to get back to throwing strike one, getting ahead of some hitters. Then you can pitch. When you're pitching behind in the count all the time, it's like you're, as you said, Gary, kind of waiting for something to happen.
Boy, the numbers are by the book on Arrieta on that, Mike. When he gets a 1-0 count, opponents hit .310 against him. 0-1, 2-11. You're talking about a 99-point difference in batting average as to whether he gets a strike or a ball on the first pitch thrown to a hitter.
I mean, that really is something that you should really write down on a piece of paper and put it on his chair and say, what does this tell you?
Here is Nick Punto. He'll go after the first pitch. Tejada will come over and has room to make the catch. But the big blow, the grand slam home run. Jason Kubel gets it, and that's a 4-1 lead for the Twins. How many members were in the first MLB Hall of Fame class? 5.
I want to, yeah, that'd be my guess.
First Hall of Fame class, I think 1933. 5. 5 members. Say it with confidence. Say it with great confidence. Cobb, Johnson, Ruth, Matheson, and Wagner. Those were the first 5 inducted into the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, and this, of course, is Hall of Fame Day. A ground ball by Esturris, played by Nick Quinto over to first. Esturris retired one away. For the Orioles, those who are in that famed hall with their plaques, Earl Weaver, 17 years, 96 inducted, Brooks in 83, 16 Gold Gloves, Frank 82, the MVP in both leagues. Hall of Fame inductees. No, you're right, that's not all of them. Our second page, Jim inducted in 90, 3 Cy Youngs, Eddie Murray, 504 homers, 03 and 07. Cal going in. The largest crowd ever at an induction ceremony.
Yep, it's pretty amazing. I've been to 3 at the 6.
That one to short. Patterson retired by Quinto. And there are 2 quick outs here in the 3rd inning. Miguel Tejada grounded out his first time up. Tejada hitting at 273, and the pitch is on the inside corner for a strike. Kevin Slowey has walked 1, struck out none. That'll go to center field. Repko diving, snow cone, no. He thought he caught it.
He thought he caught it, then he couldn't find it.
Second base umpire Bill Holm was right out there and said no. I thought he caught it. Looked like he had snow coned it, but may have used the ground to hold it.
Let's take a look, a close look. No, looks like it was underneath. Short hop, short trap.
Good call.
he never felt it go into his glove, so I don't know how he would know if he caught it or not. You could see that he was looking over his shoulder.
Do it with confidence.
Where did it go?
Hold that glove up. Look.
Yeah, you don't deke in the center field position, I don't think. Deke the runner.
So Tejada gets the base hit. Orioles' second hit of the ball game. The other, the double by Patterson, who scored on a Nick Markakis sac fly. Now Nick up with a runner at first base. He's gone 1 for 7 in the series against the Twins, getting a day off one of the games. Nick now with 32 runs batted in, hitting at 296. Kevin Slowey, the 0-2 delivery, and he got him to chase one upstairs. And that'll be the first strikeout for Slowey. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base, 3 complete.
about his comfort at that position. Luke said rather confidently, I can play first base in the big leagues. He says it's all about repetition and getting games under my belt. Says he has to work on backhanding balls and picking balls in the dirt. Said the game that he played earlier this year at Washington against the Nats really helped his confidence. Luke's got at first base upstairs. Gary and Mike.
All right, as they try and keep that bat in and also give Wigginton a chance to get off the field. He's the DH, Wigginton is, and Scott will get some games at first base if it works there. 1-0 delivery. Arrieta, who did not get much of a rest after that third inning. Butera, the only one not to hit in the third inning for the Twins. A 2-0 count on the catcher, who flied out his first time up.
He hit it well, just a little bit shy of the track. Not known for his hitting, but he's always been an outstanding catcher, just like his dad was. I threw to his dad when I was a member of the Toronto Blue Jays in the late 80s. Outstanding catch and throw catcher, as is his son.
2-1 delivery, foul straight back. We were talking about the first group in the Hall of Fame, Mike, and we were talking between innings about those who didn't make it.
Yeah, the 1936, again voted on by the Baseball Writers Association. It's a pretty tough haul when Cy Young didn't get in. Tris Speaker.
That will be in the air to right. Markakis will not be able to get it. That's going to go all the way to the well. Butera will make the turn and head to third. Backed up by PA. He will go in with a triple. No play on him.
Had two outstanding at bats from Butera. Again, not known for the bat, but for the glove. First triple of his career. Again, hit it on the button. This one just out of the reach of Markakis. Stretched out, fully gets by him. That's when he knew he had a chance for a triple.
Butera rounding second. You could just see him going, can I do this? Can I get over there?
Yeah.
He's got his.
You think of Benji Molina, and you think of actually Matt Wieters going around second, blowing out.
That's his first major league triple. He had 4 in the minor leagues. Here's Jason Repko. Hit by a pitch and flied out. Runner at third base, infield in.
And just finishing that thought off on the Hall of Fame. Napoleon Lajoie, Tris Speaker, Cy Young, and Rogers Hornsby were not voted in on the 75% rule. And they had a separate vote for the pre-1900 players, and no one was chosen.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
Yeah, the Hall.
It's a little tougher to get in then.
Yeah. Hall in baseball terms, not that old, but 1933.
The first was 1936.
36, the first one. So a relatively new institution, independent of Major League Baseball.
Privately owned, yeah.
Privately owned.
Sort of had a problem with that. It seems like it should be owned by baseball, don't you think?
I don't know. Actually, I think I kind of like it being independent. That pitch is a strike call. That way there's no real influence by MLB over it. When the Hall was instituted, they made the decision to have the Baseball Writers of America do the ones casting the vote. Kind of like that. 3-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be taken down low. So here in the fourth inning, 2 on, first and third again with nobody out. Tuesday, August 3, the Orioles return to Camden Yards, and the first 10,000 fans 15 and over will receive the Felix PA Orioles t-shirt presented by Real Street Staffing. Add to your Birdland wardrobe and enjoy a great night of Orioles baseball. For tickets, 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. So again, Arrieta working out of a tough situation. 4 walks surrendered equals his high this season.
Well, this is the problem you get into when you have those big innings where it just keeps flipping the order over to the top again.
Oriole pitchers have gone through so many of those, Mike. So many innings where it's been 8, 9 or more hitters in an inning. Big innings. Mark Hendrickson loosening up. First and third, nobody out. And a little roller. Chance for 2. And we'll get it. Good play, Lugo to his Turris. To Scott. A run will score. No RBI as Butera crosses the plate. And a 5-1 Twins lead.
A pretty nice feed from Lugo. You can see it runs well going down the first baseline. They turned that one easily.
As you mentioned earlier, That's an ongoing concern. That's 111 ground ball double plays hit into. And the pitch is taken away. Young has lined out and flied out. 4-game hit streak, 7 for 13 in this series. He has really done damage to the Orioles this year. He's 10 for 22 with a home run and 8 RBIs against the Orioles. Two-0 delivery. Big cut, 2-1.
Not getting cheated and not getting a fastball and a fastball count. You see the 2-1 slider. Something even some of the Twins people were talking about, some of the pitch selection to even Luke Scott. How do you pitch a hitter when he's hot?
Slow roll at his short is Turris.
Maybe when you're hot, not sure if this ball takes a bad hop or not. Turris playing it on the run. It seemed like that ball really came up.
Era will be charged on his Turris, #1 fielding shortstop in the American League. His Turris collecting just the 4th error of the year, and that will keep the inning alive for Jim Thome. Runner at first base. Thome has had 2 walks and has scored a run in the game. Thome now with 50 strikeouts and 38 free passes. And the off-speed breaking ball will miss inside. Thome at 257. 11 home runs, 30 RBIs. Young at first with good speed, not a big lead. They don't want to take the bat out of Thome's hands. A strike called as Emmel signaled that Thome went around the home plate umpire.
And again, we know that Arrieta's had problems with left-handed hitters. This is certainly one of high quality.
Here's the 1-1. That'll miss inside. Hall of Fame for Thome?
Oh, I think so. Hasn't really been anything sort of associated with his names as some of those other names on that home run list we put up.
That's the big mark for him in his favor. RBIs, 33rd all time. 2-1 delivered, and that catches the inside corner. Thome Zach. Bit of a disagreement with Paul Emmel, home plate umpire. 2-2.
You really wonder how many pitches Thome has seen in his career. High walks, high strikeouts. How many he's watched go over the fence.
Here's the 2-2 delivery to him, and that'll miss. So Arrieta continues to work deep into counts here, and it goes 3-2. Another of the problem areas for virtually all of the Oriole pitchers this year. The high pitch counts early is up to 77.
Yeah, when it gets like this, you really don't know what the right pitch is to throw. You can see inning by inning. He's had more trouble in the 3rd, 4th, not so much in the 1st.
Runner goes, fouled off.
Sometimes that's the hardest thing to understand when you're a young pitcher. When you give up a lot of base hits and poor counts, if it's a counts 2-1 or 3-1 and you break somebody's bat, it just seems to go over the infielder's head. It's because the hitter is anticipating a strike, something to hit, and now that ball that he gets jammed on will still go over the infielder's head. And used to always, when I first came up, saying, boy, they're getting all these blue hits off me. It was the count that was causing it.
That one the other way down the line. He didn't see it. Patterson never moved on the ball. Delman Young will stay at 3rd. Thome's got a base hit. Patterson kept looking and staring up as though he never saw it and got a very late jump.
It was very interesting play. And then it seemed like when he gets to the ball, he's not sure really where to throw it. Circles it here, bare hands it.
So the inning continues. Arrieta should have been out of this 2 batters ago. The error by Young And now the single by Tomey will give Kadire another chance. He's grounded out and lined out.
This will be the 80th pitch and the third time through the middle of the order.
By pitch count, Arrieta opponents hit 238 on the first 25 pitches. 25 through 50, they hit 302. 50 through 75, 239, and then 270 thereafter. Here's the 1-0 delivery on the way. That'll miss outside, but this is a really extended inning for him.
And this can really take a lot out of it. When you have these kind of innings, especially like he's had back-to-back, I mean, it's like you've thrown, magnifies or multiplies the number of pitches you have thrown. When you throw 25 to 30 an inning, it really wears you down fast.
2-0 delivery on the way. Swung on and missed. Chased one away.
It's such a difficult way to pitch that now you're trying to throw 2-0 breaking balls over at plate. A breaking ball is a pitch you get over 50% of the time. So just see how difficult it is to pitch behind an account. I know we've talked about it a lot today, but it is the whole game.
Kadire fouls that one back.
So he's just starting to bat 2-1, expecting a fastball, and this is how these hitters do all that long ball damage.
Arrieta faced 8 hitters in the third inning, giving up 4 runs, 3 hits, the grand slam by Jason Kubel. Now he's faced 6 hitters in this inning, given up a leadoff triple that has scored, has walked a batter. There's been an error and a single after there were 2 down. 2-2 delivery on the way, taken away, and another 3-2 count.
And what you're starting to see, though, is Arrieta's command breaking down. The velocity is still there. Last pitch 94, but he missed the target. And sometimes when you're in poor counts, what you try to do is to throw harder. I'm not sure where it's going, but I'll throw it hard.
3-2 and just cued it with Tomey going from first base.
Which again, you can see the swing of Kadire just starting the bat, anticipating a strike. Even though it's an outstanding 3-2 breaking ball, you keep the bat alive.
Arrieta trying to end an inning that just doesn't want to seem to end. 3-2 delivery again, and Kadire the roller down to third base. Tejada up over to first, and will get him. But another run is added on 2 hits and an error. 5-1 Twins. Look for money-saving leases and low financing at your local Honda dealer. Summer day it is in Baltimore. We started out at 95 degrees. The saving grace today has been there is a high overcast, and some clouds have gone by, which have kind of kept that sun a bit abated.
Well, we started the day off in the igloo, so we started fine. We were fine. It was hard walking back on those snowshoes.
It was. I asked you to take those off, but you were so enamored with them.
Well, they were tight.
They were a little small for you?
I think they were like size 19s or something.
Not enough.
No.
Luke Scott, he drew a walk his first time up, the only one surrendered. Slowey's walked one, struck out one. Scott Wigginton, NPA, are due up. Shift on against him by the Twins D. Slowey will miss outside with it. He falls behind 3-0.
Slowey's been sitting a long time, a couple of real long innings. They've given him that usual run support that he's become accustomed to.
6.29 runs per game that he pitches. They're almost there. 5-1 lead for the Twins. Scott down to first. Backhanded nicely. Kadaya slowly gets over. One away here in the fourth. And our fan of the game presented by the Green Turtle. You're a family fun place where kids eat free this summer. Find your location at greenturtle.com. Here's a cutie. Huh? Got the hair up. Keep it cool.
A little warm.
A little warm.
But enjoying the ball yard.
Enjoying her day at the yard. Here's Ty Wigginton. Wigginton flying out to center field. And a mighty, mighty cut. Going for the long ball on that one. 16 home runs, 48 RBIs for Ty. Slowly up high with it, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Orioles have had 4 home runs against the Twins this year. Luke Scott's got 3 of them. Wigginton has the other. And a strike taken. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on him. Slowey's 1-2. It's going to miss inside. Orioles head out to Toronto. We'll be with you tomorrow night. Brad Ferguson against Brandon Morrow to open up 3 night games in Toronto. Millwood and Guthrie in games 2 and 3 against Ricky Romero and Sean Markham. Schedule rotation for the ball clubs. 3-2 to Wigginton. Valencia. I think the ball looks like an orange when it comes to him. 2 down here in the 4th inning. That'll bring up Felix Piet.
And making it look easy as Kevin Slowey has also made it look easy. One thing you watch when you get that center field camera areas, Piet puts the glove down, and again, you can also judge a catcher by his target. And many times he will be right on target.
And a strike taken. 2 down, nobody on. Piet lined out first time up. Turns to look at the plate to make sure it's still in the place he thought it was, as it's a called strike.
Not the floating plate, huh? The permanent plate.
Here's the 0-2 delivery to him, and he'll get a base hit. Piet goes up the middle with that one. So the Orioles get the 2-out single. 3 hits in the ball game now off Slowey. The RBI, sac fly, Markakis in the first inning. Patterson a double, got moved over by Tejada on a ground ball. Grand slam for Jason Kubel in the 3rd inning. And then a run scoring on a double play, the 5 up for the Twins. Slowey is a 5-inning pitcher. And I'm kind of amazed that he's 8-5. Mike was talking about the wins last year. But he's pitched beyond the 5th inning in only 8 of 19 starts this year. I mean, that's not very good.
Yeah, we talked about it at the open about his quality starts, and this is the bad thing is he's only had 5 of them this year.
It's really amazing, and yet has an 8-5 record, a 4.94 ERA.
Yeah, again, it goes back to the run support. Because he's even pitched out of the bullpen this year.
Matt Wieters gets the opportunity, grounded out in his first at bat, coming off the DL. A 1-ball, 1-strike count. A rotation in flux for the Twins, with Blackburn having gone to the bullpen. They really only have 2 sure starters, and Lariano and Pavano. And the rest is kind of up for grabs. So Baker looked pretty good.
Yeah, he looked better. I think, the Twins people certainly were encouraged.
2-1 delivery on the way, and that one is towards right. That's going to be a base hit. Jason Kubel chases it down. PA will go to third. It'll be a single for Wieters, and the Orioles first and third with 2 outs.
Your offense trying to make something happen this afternoon. 2-1 pitch to Wieters, misses the target. That's been part of the problem with Slowey. PA easily with that foot speed goes first to third.
Well, the Orioles with 4 hits will try and get a 2-out RBI. Julio Lugo have the chance to do that. Lugo's done a good job with runners in scoring position at .333 this year. The slider is a strike on the outside corner. Julio grounded out his first time up. 2 singles with 2 down, first and third. Lugo wants a timeout if Slowey is getting ready a little too quick for him. The 0-1 he had to wait on. Picked up by Valencia and gets the out. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. 2 are left on base, and it remains a 5-1 Twins lead. Members receive tickets to 10 specially selected games, the Dugout Club hat, membership card, free kids meal ticket, and the Chick-fil-A customized Orioles lunchbox, all for $17. Family and friends can then get tickets for just $6. Plenty of more fun left in this 2010 season for Dugout Club members, so don't miss out. Find out more about it at 888-848-BIRD. Go to Orioles.com or stop by your nearest Chick-fil-A location. So Mark Hendrickson is going to come on to pitch. Jake Arrieta is out of there, giving up 5 runs, 7 hits over 4 with 4 walks and no strikeouts.
And there certainly has been plenty of action out of this Oriole bullpen, especially on this homestand. Again, the Orioles relievers on the year, the top 8 AL relievers in innings, Burkin, Mark Hendrickson, and Matt Albers certainly in the tops in appearances and innings.
Here's Jason Kubel. He's had the big swing so far, our 4th drive of the game.
A grand slam for Jason Kubel again. Arrieta able to dodge the ball through most of those innings without giving up the real big hit. But here Kubel comes through and really sort of sealed Arrieta's fate in this game. And as did his pitch count.
Our local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. Kubel with the 2 for 2 in this ball game. He came in just 1 for 10 in the first 3. He's made up for it in a hurry in this game. 1-1 delivery will be taken down low. For Mark Hendrickson, the lefties are 333 off him. The right-handers 299.
Yeah, pretty even. You know, former starters able to get the lefties and righties out just about at an equal rate. Throw strikes, competes.
2 ball, 1 strike count on Kubel. Lugo. And 1 away in the 5th inning. For this homestand, and this is the final in game number 9 of it, the bullpen has had a win, a loss, and a save. The ERA of the bullpen has been a very good 3.23, and that covers 39 innings that the bullpen has had to work. The starters have pitched only 46 innings coming into this one, and now it'll be 50 innings in 9 games that have been pitched.
Yeah, the starters haven't gone deeply at all. And take a look at those homestand numbers. 2 and 7. Team average 245. Runners in scoring position not good. Runs per game just 2.9. And ERA, those 2 numbers heading in the wrong direction.
That's going to fall in for a base hit. And Valencia, that's 2 for 3 in this ball game and 5 for 8 in the series.
We didn't know a whole lot about Danny Valencia before it started. We've seen way too much of him.
Orioles are learning about him. So Valencia's on at first. That'll be hit number 8 in the ball game for the Twins. Nick Punto has walked and popped out. Twins continue to play without their biggest offensive star, believe it or not, this year. Overall, Justin Morneau. Delman Young is the hottest right now, but that one down the line. Nick Punto is going to get an extra base hit. That'll roll into the corner over to third. Valencia is going to be held up. And a double for Nick Punto, putting runners at second and third with 1 out.
Sometimes the hitting game just looks so easy. Just go up there and just an up and out over the plate fastball from Hendrickson. Just slap it to right, goes down into that corner, and quickly you end up with second and third and 1 out.
The Waiters will go out to have a word. Second hit Nick Punto's had in the series, 2 for 9. Talking about Justin Morneau, good news that he is around the ballpark. He's gone through a couple of days now where he's had no evidence of the problems with a concussion. So everyone hoping he'll be able to get back, but a serious concussion problem for Morneau. Here's Drew Butera with the infield drawn in and a strike taken. He had a triple, his first major league triple, and scored in the 4th.
He's hit the ball hard in his 2 plate appearances today. Went to the track and left field in the 2nd inning, and the triple to right center field.
Butera's 23rd game. And he's going to loop that one for a base hit. Right over the drawn-in infield. They're going to hold the runner at third. Valencia scores. Punto goes to third. An RBI single for Butera and a 6-1 lead.
Well, what they say is when you bring the infield in, you add 100 points to the hitter's average. You can see, watch where this one lands. It is right where Asturis normally stands. Ball just barely making the outfield grass.
Well, Butera takes advantage of the opportunity, gets his 7th RBI. Asturis normally would have been just never moved.
Very softly hit.
Now first and third with 1 away, and Repko at the top of the order. Walked it by a pitch and flied out to left. Repko hitting .250 in the limited at bats he's had. Pitch will be taken away for a ball.
4th at bat, or plate appearance for Repko already, but just in the 5th. And you figure Cesar Asturis has just hit once.
Yeah. 1-0 delivery to Repko. Trying to time that and couldn't. Swung like a fastball, but it wasn't. 1-1.
Sounds like my fastball. Threw it like a fastball, but it wasn't. So the effort was the same between, see, Nolan Ryan with a big grimace on his face, and the rest of us were just trying to grunt and just wouldn't get there.
That'll be fouled off as he got out in front of that one. He came up from AAA on June 24. Repko did. Mark Hendrickson with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. First and third, one away, trying to get the ground ball. Looking for that double play. By the way, the Twins without Justin Morneau this year, 7 wins and 10 losses. That's the record without Morneau. Off first and third, the 1-2 in the dirt. Wieters blocks. Runners stay.
Well, watch the Wieters do a lot of this the last few days. Around the batting cage, taking balls in the dirt, getting his footwork back. Getting his footwork back in shape.
It'll test that right hamstring. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another blooper to right. This one will stay up. Runner tags. Halfway down the line. Throw comes through and the runner goes back. Nick Punto tagged up and got halfway down. And decided better of it on Markakis' arm.
They're really just trying to draw a throw. Maybe enable the runner at first and move up to second. See Nick just checking that runner. He's not very deep at all. And again, though he only has 2 assists this year, most clubs not running. I mean, he's really selling that he's heading for the plate. That's the thing there. Markakis, again, going back the last couple of years, 30 assists. This year, just 2. Teams just aren't running.
Wisely so. Here's Alexei Casilla. Casilla's contributed with a couple of singles, a run scored. He's hit into a double play. Casilla now has a 4-game hit streak. Casilla on the season against the Orioles. Done a pretty good job. He's had 7 hits and 19 at-bats. Down to third this time. Tejada will look to second for the force out. Gets it over to Lugo. So 1 run in on 3 hits with a couple left on base. Twins extend their lead to 5.
Deadline is coming up on Saturday. Orioles team president Andy McPhail told a group of reporters prior to the game that much of the phone call activity was pretty quiet early on, but things are picking up. He said most general managers at this point are remaining rather coy. That would include him at this point. Also, he said there was nothing new to report on the search for a full-time Orioles manager, but when asked about the possibility of Juan Samuel holding on to the managerial position throughout the rest of the year, McPhail said, "We'll see. The players have responded to Samuel with energy and effort." That was Andy McPhail prior to today's game. Let's send it upstairs to Gary and Mike, guys.
All right, so the questions remain, and a few answers on either of those areas. Juan has done a really outstanding job, and it was interesting talking with him yesterday about what do you do for the remainder of the season with a club that knows it's not going to the postseason and so many games left. How do you keep the players in the game? He said we do that with daily meetings where we're not pounding anybody, but we're talking about things that have to be done in this particular game against this particular team and this particular pitcher, and stay focused on those things and try and get those done on a daily basis. And he said individual players should have goals for themselves that they're trying to set. That'll be bloop to short. Nick Punto's there to get it. His Torres 0 for 2.
Well, really, that's what makes it difficult when you're out of the race. The first reflection maybe is, well, how many walks do I want to get this year? How many doubles do I really want to get this year? And it's only it's human nature. And other clubs are playing in a team mode, much like you can see the Twins playing. They're playing collectively instead of individually.
And, of course, the spoiler role, as much as you hate to play it, will come into play when the Orioles go against the teams that are contending, like the Twins, like the Red Sox, the Yankees, Tampa Bay. Patterson a double and scored in the first inning on a sac fly by Markakis. He is 1 for 2. 6-10-0 for the Twins, 1-4-1 for the Orioles. And a 2-strike count on Corey Patterson. Brian Roberts got back in for a couple of games as planned out of the lineup today. And then we'll get in 2 of the 3 games, provided he's feeling fine in Toronto. Oh, 2 count on Patterson. A little breeze kicking up, blowing out towards right. Storms going by as they do. The wind shifts. Breaking ball by Slowey. That caught a piece of Butera. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. One and 2 the count. Kevin Slowey. That's there. That'll be the second strikeout he has picked up. And there are 2 down. Taking a look at where the Orioles stand positionally as far as production is concerned. In the outfield, Orioles center field, that's largely Adam Jones, 5th in average, 5th in RBIs, 3rd in homers. Left field, where a lot of people have played, not good production. Right field, Nick Markakis primarily. Orioles production numbers. I'm assuming GMs do, in fact, take a look at what they're getting on what position.
Yeah, you're up. You try to see where you are rated, where you stand.
Out in front of that one on a pop-up to short. And Slowey has a very easy inning as Tejada is retired. 1-2-3 here in the 5th, a 6-1 Twins lead. Like never before. Ford, drive one. Good Mike Flanagan, WJC's Mark Viviano. I'm Gary Thorne. Great to have you with us here on this Sunday. Orioles concluding this long homestand. Jake Arrieta, not a good outing. 5 runs, 7 hits over 4. He walked 4 and struck out none. Hendrickson on the relief.
Take a look at the Twins box score. A lot of action going on, especially the bottom of the order. And I guess 0 in on the big blow would be Jason Kubel's grand slam. A lot of damage done by the bottom of the order.
That one by Delman Young is in the air to center field. Back goes PA at the wall, and goodbye home run. Mercy. Delman Young continues his march through July, and a 7-1 Twins lead.
And the ball is just jumping off Delman's bat. 13th home run of the year. Another no doubt about it. Missed one earlier to center field. See him load up on that backside and just torque. And well struck again, no doubt about it, home run.
7 runs on 11 hits now for the Twins. Tomey's had a couple of walks, a run scored, and a single. Young with his 5th home run in July. Continues hitting well over 400. Pitch is taken down low. Tomey to be followed by Kadire. One ball, one strike delivery. Jim Tomey will take it the other way. That is deep. That is way back, and goodbye home run. All the way to the bench on the Orioles bullpen side. And Jim Tomey continues his climb. 76 rather, for Jim Tomey.
Quite a milestone. Again, back-to-back bombs by the Twins. Again, not known for their home run hitting prowess, but certainly Jim Tomey is. And right into the Oriole bullpen.
Literally onto the bench. And that's going to be a base hit into center field by Kadire, as Hendrickson is getting lit up. Eight runs, 13 hits. Visit Orioles.com for your chance to win the Nick Markakis Bobblehead Night VIP experience. One lucky winner, 4 VIP seats, VIP parking. It'll be Thursday, August 5, Angels game. 4 passes to watch batting practice on the field. So don't miss your chance to win. Enter today at Orioles.com. This is not a pleasant Sunday for the Orioles.
No, it is not.
That's 13 hits in the ball game. And the breaking ball will be taken by Kubel, who's got the grand slam and a single, 2 for 3.
Already having a big afternoon. And again, Jim Tomey with that home run, passing a couple Hall of Famers. We're talking about his chances to get in. That's 1,596 RBIs by Jim Tomey. It passes Mike Smith. Now he is tied with George Brett. I'm guessing probably for 31st all time. And then a couple after that is Napoleon Lajoie, who we talked about, didn't get in the Hall of Fame his first time around.
Tomey cranks one, and that will be fouled off outside of first base. Orioles have 3 home runs hit off from here in the ball game. The grand slam off Arrieta, the back-to-back by Young and Tomey here in the 6th inning. One ball, 2 strike delivery with a runner at first base, and got him. So Kubel looks at a called 3rd strike. First Twin to strike out in the game.
Well, they've had their share of walks, 3 home runs, including a grand slam.
Orioles have now been out-homered here at Camden Yards this year, 67 to 45.
In the last 15 innings, they've allowed 27 hits and 15 runs.
That is going to be a base hit. Valencia, he doesn't want to leave. 3 singles in this ball game, 3 for 4, 6 hits, 10 at bats in the series.
That's what he's done it against an assortment of pitching. Started with Brian Mattis, against Jason Birkin, a couple of different pitchers today. So it hasn't really mattered left-handed or right-handed. And this is with Morneau and Mauer and Denard Span not in the lineup.
Twins had a 20-hit game against Cleveland. That is their high in hits this year. A 1-0 count, Nick Punto. 14 hits in the ball game for the Twins today. Hendrickson, 2 on. That'll be fouled into the seats. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Orioles here at home have not really had a home field advantage. 18-32. Only 5 more wins at home than they've had on the road. 13-34. 1-ball, 1-strike count. 1 away. And until this starting rotation gets settled down, it's not going to change.
Yeah, it's just a tremendous strain on the bullpen. Really, at this point, only Jeremy Guthrie, the last couple of outings, holding that bullpen together at all.
Runners off first and second. 2-1 deliveries way up high. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, when you're not getting hitting and you're not getting starting pitching, it can turn pretty ugly pretty quickly.
Jake Arrieta with the 4 innings, second shortest for him. He worked 3 against San Diego back on June 20. 3 innings, he gave up 6 runs and 5 hits in that game against the Padres. Count 3-1 as the skies darken. 3-1 delivery. That's going to be to third. That's a base hit. Kanaya is going to come around to score. Chased down by Patterson. Valencia will be held at third. It'll be a double and an RBI for Nick Punto. So he's got 2 doubles in the ball game. 9-1 lead.
Let's take a look at this pitch to Punto. Up and out over the plate, just out of the reach. Change up grip from Hendrickson. Just up in his zone. Punto put a nice level swing on and just hits it by Tejada.
Coach Uehara getting ready in the bullpen. Rick Kranitz trying to draw a little time as the wind really whips up here with the thunderstorm that's come on board. I mean, blowing. Everything and anything not tied down.
Yeah, if you take a look at the ad-lib plant, those flags out in left center field, gives you an indicator of what's just kind of popped onto the scene. Instantly turning it to Candlestick Park.
Yes. 2 in scoring position, only 1 away. Here's Butera. He has tripled single, has an RBI and a run scored. And a check swing strike. Twins trying to take the season series as they have the 4-3 edge coming into this game today. Team split in Minnesota. Now the Twins trying to take 3 out of 4 in this one. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That'll be in the air to right field. It is not deep. Marquez charging. They'll make the catch. Runner will tag. Nick will throw home and hold the runner. Butera, the second out of the inning.
It probably wasn't that easy a play for Marquez with the wind swirling around.
Big, dark storm clouds right overhead. And the wind changes up about every 3 seconds on direction
and temperature.
So this is the second time in the ball game where 8 Twins have come to the plate. Here is Repko. 2 down, second and third. He's in the leadoff spot. Walked, hit by a pitch, and is flied out twice. Hendrickson trying to get through this inning. His second inning of work. Oh, 0-1 delivery. That'll catch the inside corner. And a 2-strike count on Repko.
5th plate appearance of the game here just in the 6th inning.
Oh-2 delivery. Inside and high. He's already taken 1 up on the shoulder when he got hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning by Arrieta. Trying to save the banner. Don't fly away.
I was going to say, he may want to let go of that.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. And that got him. Now Hendrickson gets a strikeout to end the inning, but another big offensive inning and a 9-1 Twins lead. (15-0) for the Twins, 1-4-1 for the Orioles. 3 runs on 5 hits in that 6th inning. Kevin Slowey, as we mentioned, has been the benefactor of fine offensive numbers in his starts, and it's only going to go up in this one. I mean, the wind is just ripping around the ballpark right now. Here's the 1-0 delivery. It's not raining at all. Markakis up.
With the Orioles in-game box score, only the extra base hit by Corey Patterson with a double. Other than that, just 3 other singles. And he had 6 hits in last night's game.
Nick has the only RBI. Sac flies. You see the flags rotating around. Here's the 2-1 delivery. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Markakis. Nick 2 for 6 with a home run. Lifetime off the Twins right-hander. Trying to get that average back up to that 300 mark. 295 right now. This ought to be fun. Good luck. And it will be played by Nick Quinto, the shortstop. Markakis retired.
I'm trying to call for the fair catch.
And get out of the way. Slowey is cruising along in this ball game. 1 walk, 2 strikeouts for him. He is 0-2 against the Orioles lifetime. Trying to get his first win. This is just the 3rd start he's had against the O's. Now the rain is coming down. Luke Scott has walked and grounded out. And the strike taken. 1-1. Foul that off. Luke with a 9-game hit streak, a walk and a ground ball out so far in this game.
And still having good swings. That hasn't changed.
Well, he's done a number on Twins pitching. 7 for 20, 3 home runs, and 5 RBIs this year.
That's the thing when you're hot. You can see Luke Scott on that inside fastball. Pretty close pitch, just shaking his head. That's just how well he is seeing the ball.
2-2 delivery, and it goes 3-2 from Slowey. Twins now have outscored the Orioles this year 38-16. And that will be fouled off. Orioles move on to take on Toronto in the 3-game set starting tomorrow night. Toronto playing in Detroit. They're 3-3 in the 9th inning. Here's the 3-2 delivery, and Scott will take it to the gap. They were playing him the other way. Repko will chase that one down. Luke's going to mosey into second base. He's got a double and a 10-game hit streak.
That really has been about the only good news to the Oriole offense on this homestand. Wasting no time again. Look at the head right down on it, all the way through it.
With the red-hot Scots out there at second with the 5th hit for the Orioles and their 2nd extra base hit. Down to third. Ambushed by Valencia. Looks the runner out. 2 down.
Yeah, you can see it slowly taking more chances in the strike zone. That was just a bullet. You see the infielders, little smile on their face, couple of rockets.
Two down, runner in scoring position for PA. He is singled and lined out. Two down. PA at 276 on the year. Luke Scott off second base. And that will be taken down low for a ball. Rain stops as quickly as it started. Orioles batting, bottom half of the 6th inning. The off-speed breaking ball is in there for a strike. Orioles had signed Joey Gathright earlier this season as a backup outfielder, minor league organization. This week he was released. AAA Norfolk. He was hitting only 185 there. So Gathright no longer in the organization.
Yeah, he's really bounced around. That started with the Tampa Bay Rays and Royals.
Long day for Juan Samuel watching. Luke Scott off second base, 2 down, 1-2 count on PA.
Well, scouts are still hanging around.
A lot of scouts. I mean, getting ready next Saturday is the trading deadline. Now we say that, but we remind you every year. Oh, those scouts.
That's what I said.
Oh, sorry.
They've spread out a little bit. Some under the scoreboard now.
No, their scouts are smart. They move up under the scoreboard with the wind and the rain here. Down to first base, big hop, foul ball. The other scouts are also up, baseball scouts.
Yeah, one of the things we do is you check right over the front of our box. I don't see a whole lot down there at the moment.
They're all watching TV upstairs in the press room. Eating hot.
Or over the igloo.
Over the igloo.
Yeah. Trying on shoes.
Snowshoes.
Yeah.
1-2 count on PA. Played by Casilla. And gets the out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 9-1 Twins. crew chief, Gary Darling, wanted to do anything here, and he does. He wants to play through.
He wants to play through.
Not the way the Orioles wanted this homestand to go, and certainly not the way they wanted this thing to finish, barring a big comeback. Twins have really put a pounding on you.
No, I mean, absolutely. I mean, it just has not been that kind of homestand that they anticipated, and certainly Jake Arrieta, I'm sure, wanted to pitch much better today than he did. It just hasn't worked out. Really, only Jeremy Guthrie has been able to really save them on this homestand from maybe being a total disaster.
Mark Hendrickson is going to stay on here. That's going to go towards left in the rain, and it will be hauled in by Patterson. So you hope, I mean, we talked about how to keep players interested in the remainder of this season and keep them up and focused. For the pitchers, certainly, there's plenty there to work on.
There's plenty to certainly learn, and certainly over the last couple of months of the season need to be learned. You need to think simple things we talked about, throwing strikes, getting ahead, seeing the result of doing it that way as opposed to the way of trying to throw every pitch at maximum velocity, hard as you can, all your pitches as hard as you can. Really learn how to pitch.
It's not just about the experience you get, it's learning from the experience. Something has to be taken out of these games to make it worthwhile.
And that's not an easy adjustment many times with younger pitchers. Takes a while.
Delman Young, sixth inning of this ball game again.
Delman Young, much like we're talking about pitching, finally putting it all together. High expectations as a young player coming through the Tampa Bay organization, still just 24 years of age.
He'll take that one off the end of the bat, second base, Lugo. And Lugo will make the catch. So 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning. As these two teams take on Mother Nature. Jim Thome is 2 in the 6th.
Yeah, joined the home run parade, going back to back with Delman Young, and then Jim Thome following in the 6th. Also Kubel with a grand slam in the 3rd.
Two down, nobody on. 1 strike count on Jim Thome. Thome's had a single and a couple of walks, so he's been on all 4 times that he has come to the plate in this ball game. Thome takes that, the 2-ball, 1 strike count. They've had 4 back-to-back home run ball games this season. And Thome will put that one in the air against the shift. A long run to Tejada trying to get over there, and that'll be in the first row.
Yeah, for Thome, really Tejada back at his old position playing shortstop. Just with no third baseman to help him.
Two-ball, 2-strike count on Thome. Mark Hendrickson coming on for Arrieta in the 5th inning. So 3 full innings are going to be worked here. He has given up 4 runs on 8 hits coming out of the bullpen. 3-ball, 2-strike count on Thome. The bright glaring day has turned to a dark day with the lights in effect. Thome will foul that one off. Count stays, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Still some blue sky starting to show up.
I'm no meteorologist, but it looks like the worst of it may have gone by. But give it another 5 minutes.
How's the weather? Look out your window.
That's right. Dizzy Dean.
That's right. Here's the 3-2, and Thome's gone. Henderson with his 3rd strikeout in a 1-2-3 7th inning. It is 7th inning stretch time here at Camden Yards, where the Twins have had the offense going today, and as a result, in pretty good shape to take the season series and to take 3 out of 4 here at Camden Yards with this one. We're going to stay for Patrick Mason. God bless America.
Land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Sacrifice fly, but then it's been all Twins since. Grand slam by Jason Kubel. Drew Butera getting into the act. He's had a couple of hits, knocked in a couple of runs, and then Delman Young, who has been Mr. July, maybe Mr. Season for the Twins, going back-to-back with Jim Thome. So 9-1, 9 runs, 15 hits, 1 run, just 5 hits for the Orioles. Arrieta not being able to get to the 5th. 3 home runs again by the Twins. The big blow being the grand slam and the 3rd by Jason Kubel.
And it looks like we may finish this one in the rain. It is raining, and there are a lot of storm clouds around the area. Bottom half of the 7th inning. Matt Wieters, a single, 1 for 2 in his return. First game since July 9 for Matt with that right hamstring problem. And this is where you really get a little bit worried for players who are coming back from injuries, especially like the hamstring, playing on a wet surface. 2-0 count on Wieters. Lugo and his tourists to follow. It won't be raining in Toronto for the game tomorrow unless the roof breaks.
I was there for the opener in the old Sky Dome, and there was a rain delay in the first game played there.
Wasn't that the leak right over home plate?
Where that roof comes together in pieces.
Yeah.
The last piece to close is right over home plate. Yeah. It was just like this maybe 200-foot or 250-foot fountain just raining on home plate. It was bizarre.
We're going to get a rain delay. Just what these teams wanted on getaway day. Gary Darling is the crew chief. There are a lot of storms, and the hope is to be able to get this field covered with all this wind blowing before it takes on too much water. So here in the 7th, with Wieters at the plate and a 3-1 count, we will take a rain delay. Twins have the 9-1 lead, and fans are scurrying to get under cover while the grounds crew scurrying to battle both the rain and the wind to get the tarp out on the field. We'll be right back. delay. We'll get an official call on it, but it's going to approach some 50 minutes here. Jose Maharis will come on to do the pitching. Kevin Slowey, the starter out of there, leaves with a chance to win his 9th.
Yeah, he'll be coming out of the bullpen. Again, you can see his body of work. 6 walks, 14 strikeouts, and 19 2/3 innings. One of those sort of matchup left-handers. So he'll come on and try to keep the game going as normal. 25-year-old left-hander.
A game that has been anything but normal so far.
It was Abby somebody, wasn't it?
Yes. 9-15-0 for the Twins, 1-5-1 for the Orioles. The Twins have had base runners on all over the place. 10 of them left on. The Orioles have left 5. Matt Wieters is actually going to hit from both sides of the plate in one at bat as he takes a strike.
It's the longest at bat in history.
Started out as a left-handed hitter in this inning. The count is now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jose Maharis delivers to it, and that'll be in the air to right center field. Right fielder Jason Kubel is under for the out, and Wieters a 1-for-3 game as we get back underway. Join Orioles Reach Masson and Brian Roberts on Sunday, August 22, 6 to 9, 5th annual Brian's Baseball Bash, presented by Bank of America and Bloom & Associates. Fundraising for the University of Maryland Hospital for Children. It'll be at Dave and Buster's in the Anne Arundel Mills Mall, and includes silent live auctions, and memorabilia will be available. If you want ticket information, 410-328-3637. A 1 hour and 5-minute rain delay. Showing you do not want to ask me what time it is. It's only off by 15 minutes.
Close.
Close. Here's Julio Lugo. Lugo grounded out. And this time is going to take a call, strike 3. 2 ground ball outs and a strikeout for Lugo.
A pretty good late breaking slider from Maharis out of the zone, and makes quick work of Julio Lugo.
This bullpen, which is number 1 in the American League in ERA, 3.10, followed by Texas, Tampa Bay, Detroit, and Chicago, has made a monumental difference for this team. Kevin Slowey, a run on 5 hits, over 6+. The only run the Orioles have came in the first inning on a sacrifice fly by Markakis, bringing in Patterson, who had led the Orioles offense in the first inning with a leadoff double. On the other side of it, it's been an offensive explosion for Minnesota. Young a home run, Thome a home run, back-to-back 6th inning. Jason Kubel's had a grand slam home run. Ball will be popped up first base side by Torres. And Michael Kadaya will put it away. So Maharis comes on, retires the side in order. 7 complete. The Twins on top, 9-1. had a single. Young has continued just red hot as he's delivered a home run. And for Jim Thome, he's had a day of 4 times on with a walk, couple runs scored in his 12th home run. Text in your vote, A, B, or C to 51862. Even some blue sky showing up here. So we go to the 8th inning. Koji O'Hara will come on to pitch.
They're working in his 15th game with that 1-0 record. About a 2.5 ERA, no saves, no save opportunities. Pretty good strikeout to walk ratio. 17 walks is 17 Ks, 5 walks, 14 in the 3rd innings of work for Koji. Won a season, had a couple innings on Thursday versus the Twins. He has 7 strikeouts in his last 5 1/3 that have been scoreless.
So he'll work to Kadire. Kadire, Kubel, and Valencia do up. Jake Arrieta, the starter for the Orioles, 4 innings, 5 runs, 7 hits, 4 walks, and no strikeouts. He gave up the grand slam to Jason Kubel. Kadire in a swing and a miss. Mark Hendrickson came on. He worked 3 innings, gave up 4 runs on 8 hits, with no walks and 3 strikeouts. Slowey and Maharis have been on for the Twins. And foul that one back. Toronto, the next opponent, has defeated the Tigers 6-3 in the first game, 5-3, I'm sorry, first game of a doubleheader. They had a rainout on Friday, so they're playing 2 in Detroit. Orioles will open up against Toronto. Brad Bergeson and Brandon Morrow in the game tomorrow night will be on the air 6:30 for those extra, 7 o'clock for the ball game. A 1-2 count on Kadire. Kadire hitting at .277. 10-game hit streak was extended in the 6th inning with a base hit. Koji holds the count at 1-2.
Yeah, Koji been using that fastball a lot more of late. He's also dominated right-handed hitters this year. 152 average for Koji.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. That'll be third base. Tejada. Take a look at the Blue Jays team, which comes into today's play just a game over 500. They're now 2 over. They have beaten the Orioles in all 9 games played. They are 13th in average and 1st in home runs. They've continued a season where it is all or nothing. They are 6th in runs, and their ERA is 8th best, with Bautistas 26 home runs, 66 RBIs leading their offense. Pitch will be taken by Kubel. Toronto, they are unofficially out of it, 12.5 games behind. The American League East is now New York, Tampa Bay, and Boston. That's going to be a base hit into right field. So Kubel with 3 hits in the ball game, a homer and 2 singles in 5 at bats.
Yep, still swinging it even after the break. 16 hits on the board, 9 runs, 10 men left on base. They've left a ton on in the series. Left 12 on last night, and they scored 7.
A lot of people on base for Ron Gardenhire's team, and he'll take it. They move on to play Kansas City. Danny Valencia has already had a 3-hit ball game. He is 3 for 4, and Valencia will take that one for a strike.
Yeah, there has not been a 1-2-3 inning the last 2 days.
That's tough pitching. Valencia's 3rd 3-hit ball game of the season. And he takes that one to center. PA. 2 down. Two away with a runner on at first. Nick Punto coming up, 2 doubles, 1 for an RBI. And he was walked and popped out today. Twins looking for their 23rd win on the road. On the road, they are 22-26. In the on-deck circle, Gutierrez just threw his bat into the screen. He was taking warm-up, swinging the bat game out of his hands, and fortunately hit the end of the screen and did not end up going into the seats of the dugout. That will be a fine at the next Kangaroo Court, and nobody will defend him.
Holding the bat a little bit too loosely.
Yes.
And smile still on his face.
People in the camera well were happy that hit that end of the screen too. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Two down runner at first. That'll be taken down low. And it's 2-1 on Nick Punto. Bottom part of the order has contributed here with Valencia having 3 hits. Nick Punto has had 2. And Gutierrez had 2. The bottom 3 in the Twins order today. 2-1 delivery. Up the middle. Seeing nice single right there. Nick Punto's on with his 3rd hit. 17 base hits in the ball game. Their season high is 20.
Okay, little swing by Nick Punto. Blowing away fastball, not that bad of a pitch, but just hitting it where it's pitched and try to pull it right back up the middle.
Orioles have given up as many as 20 hits in the ball game. That one down to third. Todd has got the force out, and he will go to the bag to get it. So Rutera hits into the fielder's choice. A couple are left on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 9-1 Twins. Produced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Back at Camden Yards, we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Majerus worked an inning, got 1 strikeout, and now the newest member of the bullpen comes on.
Yeah, he went into the bullpen after his last appearance. 7-7 record for Blackburn has been a real disappointment for the Twins organization this season. He's been about as close to a 500 pitcher as you could possibly be if you go back and look at his career numbers. In 09 he was 11-11 with a 403. In 08 he was 11-11 with a 405. This year he's 7-7. The ERA inflated 6.53. Minor league totals 40-40.
Something about that 50-50 deal.
I guess if you want to look for a 500 pitcher,
here he is.
Here he is.
28 years old.
I would say 0-0 out of the bullpen.
0-0, yes. And now he's got to try and find his way back into the starting rotation. Corey Patterson will lead it off. He has doubled and scored the only run in that first, grounded out and struck out since. And Blackburn out of the pen, outside for a ball. Last relief appearance September of 07 in Boston. 29 and 89 starts. 0-2 in 6 relief appearances. A 1-ball, 1-strike count. Corey Patterson will be followed by Tejada and Markakis. As the Orioles, a disappointing Sunday so far. David Hernandez warming up. Orioles have had only 5 hits, stranding only 5 in the game, only 2 in scoring position. 1-1 delivery on the way, and Patterson whips through that one. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Tampa Bay got another win in Cleveland as they came away with a 4-2 victory today. So the Rays continuing their charge to try and catch the Yankees. That one blooped in the air to shallow center shortstop. It'll be hauled in by Nick Pinto. One away in the 8th. Find the latest gear at the official online shop of the Orioles. Browse the largest online selection of official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more for the whole family. 24/7. It's available. Get your gear from the official source, theorioles.com shop. Miguel Tejada's had a 1 for 3. Picked up a single back in the 3rd inning.
Very slow July for Miguel Tejada, just 235.
Blackburn gets it in there for a strike. 1-1. Tejada to be followed by Markakis. Visitors brightened up considerably after the dark clouds moved on. Good pitch down and in, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles have a record of 3-51 when they have 4 or fewer runs in a ball game. They won 1 without getting those 4 or more runs in this series, but they're trailing in this one 9-1. Foul tip to hold the count at a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, the last 2 games have really been disastrous all the way around, offensively and certainly for the pitching mode, both starters and relievers. 16 runs. He's had 31 hits.
Here's the 1-2 delivery by Blackburn, and Tejada will hit it to short. Nick Pinto on the charge. It's a nice play. They do not beat themselves, this Twins team. They make all the plays you're supposed to make and then a few extras.
Yeah, they really are setting records, I guess, for defensive numbers. He did it again, 34 errors all season long and are on pace for 56. The next closest team is the Padres with 57, so they have 23 more errors than this Twins team does. And they used to get a lot of credit defensively because of the the Metrodome and the artificial surface, but this is a good fielding ball club wherever they play.
Here is Nick Markakis. Nick with the RBI and a sac fly. He has struck out and popped out. Nick has had a 1 for 9 in this series against the Twins. And that pop-up will come back, end up over the screen and out of play.
It does show you, too, defensively, even when they make an error, they are 10 and 18. 42 and 28 when they do not. Again, they've had, this would be their 71st game without an error.
One of Markakis. Fouled off right at the plate. Fair ball. He's out. There you go, unassisted to the catcher. Nick actually looked up in the air. He thought he hit the ball in the air. A 1-2-3 inning. Blackburn's first relief appearance since 07. Markakis, as that bat ends, right there. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. After the hour and 5-minute rain delay, game resuming in the bottom half of the 7th inning. We now move on to the 9th, and here's David Hernandez.
Yeah, working in his 30th game of the year. Again, converted starter to the bullpen, 65 innings, 50. These numbers really not that valid now that he's gone to the bullpen, where he's pitched extremely well. 3-2 with 2 saves and an ERA of 1.99 in his 21 appearances out of the pen. So kind of a tale of 2 seasons. Seems to have found a home in the pen, though he said, down the road he would consider starting again.
Jason Repko is the leadoff batter. Fouls that one straight back. Hit by a pitch, scored, walked, flied out twice, and struck out. There have been a lot of plate appearances in this series for these Twin players. Repko hitting just .211 on the season. Hernandez delivery to him. Whoa! Way back in left field, and goodbye home run. Jason Repko, his first home run, and extends the lead to 10-1.
Let's take a look at this 1-1 pitch. Hanging slider in the middle of the plate, and you can see David Hernandez just drop his head. He knew he had plenty of that. About halfway up that lower section.
So Repko joins the long ball crowd, the 4th homer of the ball game. And it is a 10-run, 18-hit ball game right now. Here's Casilla. Casilla's contributed with 2 singles. Hit into a double play, fielder's choice, and he is flied out. He'll take that towards the hole as Torres, a fine backhand, rights himself, not in time. Casilla's got a 3-hit ball game. On Friday, August 6th, don't miss fireworks night. AAA Mid-Atlantic will present it. It'll be after the White Sox game at 7:05. A great display for you to enjoy. We hope you'll come out and do so. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com for info. Now Delman Young gets another chance. A home run, his 13th in the 6th inning. He'll take it in the air to right at Nick Markakis. Casilla will go back to the bag. 1 away. Home run by Repko, his first of the year and just the 12th of his major league career. Here's Jim Thome. Thome delivered his home run in the 6th inning, back-to-back with Young. He's had 2 walks, a homer, a single, has scored twice, and has been called out on strikes. Thome hitting at .265. Hernandez delivery to him. That's in there for a strike. 1-1.
Hernandez throwing 94, 95 miles an hour.
Here's the 1-1 delivery to him. Thome will take it. This has been a bad week for closers. Interesting article by Murray Chass on his website today, talking about how closers are struggling this year, except of course for Mr. Rivera. That'll be in the air to left field, and that's going to stay in the yard. Patterson's got 2 down here in the 9th inning. Yankees with a setup man in Jobber Chamberlain, who ERA is now 5.6. Trying to get to Rivera is becoming a problem. Former Oriole George Sherrill with the Dodgers, 7.48 ERA, and he cleared waivers last week. Chad Qualls of the Diamondbacks, 4 blown saves and a 7.86 ERA. Last Sunday, Bobby Jenks of the White Sox blew a save. Jonathan Broxton of the Dodgers blew a save. Francisco Rodriguez of the Mets blew 2 leads in the ball game. On Monday, Houston Street blew his first game. Kevin Gerger Toronto blew his first game on Monday. Tuesday, Rafael Soriano coughed up the lead to the Orioles. On Wednesday, Billy Wagner gave up a lead to San Diego, and Jenks, for the second time in the week, blew a save, this time to the Mariners. Friday, Braves-Marlin game, 2 blown saves. Jose Veras and Billy Wagner both had him in the same inning.
It really was a full moon for the closers.
It was all in 1 week, resulting in Ozzie Guillen of the White Sox saying, I no longer have a closer.
I'm not even going to say, I'm not even going to go by committee. I don't have one. I don't want one.
Foul back by Kadire and a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Runner on at first base, home run by Repko to start the 9th. Runner on at first, Casilla. 2-2 delivery, and swung on and missed. Hernandez will end it right there. But a run in on 2 hits with the base runner left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th, 10-1 Minnesota. We'll have Scott Wigginton, PA, due up as Blackburn will stay on. He worked a 1-2-3 8th inning. And you've got a starter out there trying to regain his stuff and earn his way back into the rotation, which is available to him. I mean, there's no question there's a shot at getting back as a starter.
And just trying to right the ship.
Yep. They need him, in fact. Here's Luke Scott. He had a double, has drawn a walk, and he'll continue his streak. Takes that one into left field for a base hit. No matter what the situation, just can't shut him down. A double and a single and 3 at-bats in this game. He has continued his hit streak to 10 games.
Again, you can pitch him in, you can pitch him up, pitch him down. This is low and away and off the plate. And again, you just see the great concentration, head down on it, right down that left field line, and then another base hit. He really has been the Oriole offense here of late.
That will bring up Wigginton, who's had an 0 for 3. A couple of hits and 12 at-bats so far in this series. Nobody out, runner on at second base. 6 hits for the Orioles. They've been out hit 19-6 in the ball game. $17,408 the announced attendance. 17408 towards the middle. That's going to be a base hit, and that will bring a run to the plate as Scott will score. Wigginton gets the single and the RBI, and it's 10-2.
And nothing fancy here, just putting a good swing on. See the pitch from Blackburn runs low middle, and nice clean single back up to middle, and Luke Scott will score easily. Just try to have a couple of feel-good at-bats.
Still nobody out, and PA coming up. He has singled. 1 for 3 in the ball game. And that's going to be a base hit. So Blackburn getting tagged here. PA gets the single. He's 2 for 4. 3 up, 3 on.
Well, and historically, Blackburn has not pitched well out of the bullpen. His last relief appearance was some 3 years ago now. 1 inning of work, allowed 4 hits and 4 runs, so has not really relished his time in the bullpen.
Matt Wieters. Matt back with a single, 1 for 3. As he came off the DL today. Wigginton on at second base. PA on at first. One delivery. Center field. Repko. Wieters retired and the runners stay where they are. Updating you on our AT&T Player of the Game voting. Right now, Jason Kubel on top. Text in your vote A, B, or C to 51862. The results on the O's Extra post-game show. Julio Lugo's had an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Lugo with 2 on and 1 down. Tough situation for Blackburn. I mean, you got a 10-1 lead when you came into the game. Been a rain delay. You just got moved to the bullpen, and you really just want to throw some strikes and get the heck out of here. The trouble is he's trying to show that he can pitch.
That's right. It means something to him, probably more so than the players on the field. They just want to get this last couple of outs over with. It's hard to turn that adrenaline level right back on.
1-0 count. Runners off first and second for the Orioles. Twins are after their 53rd win of the year. Their new ballpark has really had a tremendous start. Twins have already passed the 3.15 million mark. Tickets. Attendance is up 44% from last year. Largest increase in the majors. That's going to miss inside. In fact, there aren't many teams who can say that. The Rockies are the only other major league team with a double-digit increase from last year. Overall attendance is down 3% from a year ago in Major League Baseball. 2 ball, 1 strike count, 1 away. 2-1 delivery by Blackburn. That will be taken up high. And right now, Blackburn not getting it done. 3-1. And with the ball game coming up tomorrow for the Twins, Ron Gardner doesn't want to have to stand anybody else up in the bullpen.
No, that's the last thing he wants to do.
Three, 1 away. Wigginton and PA on. Foul tipped into the mitt, and the count goes full. 3-2. We're going to see another bullpen that's hot for the Orioles go to Toronto. Take a look at this one.
Take a look at this. That 3-1 pitch to Lugo. Late movement, 91 miles an hour. That's good movement, usually around the plate. Control has not been an issue. It's the quality of that control, keeping it in the zone and more towards the corners. He doesn't have overpowering stuff. Relies on movement and location more than velocity.
Lugo stands back in. 3-2, 1 away. Toronto bullpen has really come alive in July. Their ERA coming into today's play, 2.43 for the Toronto bullpen this month. That is second only to Oakland in the majors for the month of July. Orioles open up there tomorrow night against Toronto.
There's some talk about breaking up that bullpen. Number of left-handers. I think they have 4 left-handers in that bullpen.
3-2 delivery on the way. That one right back to the mound. Dropped. He's going to go to first. So Blackburn had a chance to end the ball game with a double play. He'll only get 1. Wigginton and PA will move up as Lugo's retired. 2 down.
He almost played this one a little bit too casual. Watches right to the glove side. Almost lines up perfectly to throw to second and then just mishandles it. Double clutch to first base really just to get Lugo in time. A chance of getting 2 to almost not getting anybody.
So the Orioles down to a final out to work with here in the bottom of the ninth inning and trailing it 10-2. As Torres has had an 0 for 3. Orioles homestand will go 2-8. They will lose this series 3-1 against Minnesota, and the season series 5-3 against the Twins. Now the 500 mark, which had held up over the last 3 seasons, the Twins will get the advantage in this one. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That's a strike. Slowly will get the win, 9-5. The starter, a run on 5 hits over 6. Arrieta will take the loss, 5 runs, 7 hits over 4. Here's the 2-strike delivery, and that's foul back.
Cesar would still like to keep his hot July going on. 303 for the month. I guess I'm nearing a personal milestone. Just needs 9 hits now for 1,000 in his career. That's a lot of base hits.
One of those magic milestone numbers in baseball. Is Torres with a 2-strike count and 2 down. That will go into the second baseman's glove. Casilla. Throw. Not in time. Had he been able to hang on to the ball, he would have gotten the out. But he could not. It's a single and an RBI, as 2 RBIs as both Wigginton and PA come across on that ground ball.
So 2 RBI, single and an infield hit. So this Twins team does not make errors. Down and in, looked like it was headed for right field. Manfred Blackburn thought it was, and he held up a little bit, so he had to start again. Low throw at first base.
This Torres with 19 runs batted in on the year, 10-4 ball game. Blackburn struggling to get through the bottom half of the ninth inning. First base umpire Bill Hahn was ready to call
before it was hit. Before it was hit.
Yeah. And after it was hit. But when Blackburn couldn't hang on to it, changed call. Now Corey Patterson a double, 1 for 4. A long day for the men in blue. Patterson at 274 in the year, and he's going to get a base hit. Well, the Orioles putting some hits up on the board here in the bottom of the ninth inning.
That's something I'm sure Ron Gardner didn't want to do. Looks like there is some movement in the Twins bullpen. Not sure if they're ready to head for the clubhouse or anticipating that phone ringing.
5 hits in the inning, 3 runs are in. Miguel Tejada, the 8th Oriole to bat here in the bottom of the ninth. He's 1 for 4. Hay will get up in the pen.
10-1 when the inning started. And again, you're coming to the middle of the Oriole lineup, so making them sweat a little bit. Make them think. We have seen some large run comebacks, not another question.
One-0 delivery. Tejada puts it up in the air. Casilla second base, and that will put it in the books. So the Twins come away with a victory in resounding fashion as they win it 10-4. The Orioles get 3 here in the bottom of the ninth inning, but not nearly enough. The home